And that is the only thing lost on this man is the cause, because I tell you, there is not much lost on the crowd here when it comes to John Steele. They have watched this young man develop into quite the commodity, as have we here in the RWA, in just a short matter of a year and some change.
Without a doubt, you know, he's had some questionable actions throughout this year, but really rounding out 2024 with some real crowd support, as you can see.
Having somewhat of a different approach and a different attitude. We've seen many shades of gray.
Speaking of somebody that's had a change of attitude and at times shades of gray, the Showman, Marchand, along with Stephen Lust here, the former RWA Tag Team Champions, as I talk right over Bob Whitney. You can tell I don't do this often.
That's all right. Hey, look, we're going to let it slide. But you're bringing up all very valid points here. Marchand is a championship competitor. Caliber grade. Stephen Lust, championship competitor, championship caliber grade. And these two never actually lost those tag team championship titles. I tell you, it's something that really does burn under Stephen Lust. He talks about it often, both on camera and off camera.
Is that all we talked about first half of the show on
commentary?
commentary?
I mean, he made a couple of inferences towards it. But let's face it, it's something that occupies the man's mind. It's just a matter of time before we see him in competition again. And I'd be surprised if these two weren't in the running.
Well, they have to be. They never lost. So as far as I'm concerned, if I'm making the matches. Oh wait, that is what I do,
you
right?
Still are allowed to do that? I don't know.
Sometimes.
Okay. All right, that's good.
You know, when I have 8 matches, and then Morales has 8 matches that he wants to do, can't do 16 of them. So we gotta try to compromise, and it's.
You ever make me call 16 matches on a card, I'll kill you.
I mean, the guy before you back in the day used to do more than that, and he was bigger. And he wore all black, and it was outside in the sun.
He hated himself.
He did.
Okay,
I've
learned to enjoy Bobby Rossi. May not be everyone's cup of tea, but. No, I got this. Don't worry. We got Tony P in the house. Gonna have his head on a swivel with these two.
You know, Tony P demanded gas money because this was a whole 6 minutes from his house.
And nor do I blame him.
I told him I'd give him an extra 87 cents, and he was happy with it. And then he showed up 15 minutes later, and I fined him 10 grand.
That's very Bill Watts of you.
He showed up at 10 past 4, and I can't have that.
Call time is 2 hours before the bell. As we all know, Marchand's put on a little bit of mass here. He's looking awfully thick.
With 3 C's.
John Steele, ever so chiseled. Both of these guys appear to be in optimum condition. Somewhat of a stalemate and standoff.
You know, if you think back, I believe it was Return of the Renegades 2021, these two competed against each other. Much different attitudes on both of them at the time, and it'll be interesting to see how they fare against each other this go around.
I'm going to be honest with you, T. Phoenix, seeing as how there's more of a professional stance from these two, we're going to see I think we're going to see a very technical matchup, less like we saw back in 21.
Yeah, I believe in 21, Marchand tried to put his feet on the ropes and steal one. I think he's graduated from doing those sorts of underhanded tactics. Ooh, swatted away 2 drop kicks. Look at that. It's like they know what each other's thinking.
You know, they've done enough homework on both ends to really understand one another's opponent here. And that's what strikes out to me the hardest and the loudest. You know what I mean? Very talented are both of these young men, and they have been since their infancy in professional wrestling. But the way they approach it now is a lot more studious and judicious. Hats off to both of them.
I have to Google what those 2 words mean, because they were definitely 15-point words in Scrabble. What did you say about Judaism?
They've gotten smarter as they've gotten older.
Yeah, definitely.
Wish I could say the same for my broadcast partner. Nonetheless, we've got a trading of holds here right from the Gator stance.
When you've been hit in the head and face as much as I have by Cipriano Abruzzi, it takes its toll.
Fair enough. That man just has violence coursing through his veins.
Yeah, I was talking to him at intermission. He's here visiting. And, yeah, not much has changed.
No! Not much has changed from Marchand either. That signature dropkick looking vicious and crispy as ever, even with the extra added muscle mass.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a better dropkick anywhere in the East Coast, maybe even the entire United States. It is a thing of beauty.
John Steele now back to his feet. It's a Pele. It seems to be more than just a grazing blow. Will it be enough to stagger Marchand? Not so much. Finds himself on the apron, does John Steele. Marchand unwisely charges in, gives him his midsection. Inadvertently, John Steele, ever the agilist, sends the Showman out to the ring. What the hell? Whoa!
Landed on his feet, thankfully.
As nimble as an alley cat is John Steele.
I don't think Lust is going to get involved in this one. See, taking your eyes off the prize, John Steele. That was a very inadvertent situation, but it'd be foolish of somebody like Marchand not to take advantage of it,
Look, you could try and turn over a new leaf all you want. Instincts are instincts. And that's the Marchand I know and understand.
I'm trying to figure out what they're conferring about. I have no context clues to even comment.
Marchand over here, twice now, you lose your focus, man. It's gonna end up bagging you in the long run. And he's feeling the effects of it. John Steele with those educated hands continues to relent. Oh! Marchand, I don't know, I think he might be favoring his left shoulder.
If that is the case, John Steele is zeroing in on it with that stomp to the shoulder.
I've been talking about the mean streak of John Steele for this entire year. And cover here, whether I agree with his tactics or not, it really has ascended him to new heights within the roster, and not just the roster, I think overall the scene here in Southern New England.
Oh, without a doubt. Former Ocean State champion, and I'm sure he's got his eyes on gaining that back, or perhaps even moving up the ranks and going for the RWA championship.
Ooh! That third one thug in real deep. Still, Marchand continues to survive. I'm not seeing him thriving in this matchup, I'll be honest with you, T. Phoenix. A little taken assaults by this.
Those new trunks might be just squeezing on him a little bit too much and making it hard to breathe. I'm speculating here, of course. Lost on the outside, doing their best to motivate this crowd and get that adrenaline flowing through the body of Marchand.
Lust still on the injured reserve list.
You wouldn't know it by the way he ran in here during the collective match.
I'm saying.
But you can see he is favoring that arm from time to time. And
ooh, high knee lift from Nick Marchand, and a big pump kick sends his adversary to the opposing buckles. Oh, face wash style driving knee. Will that be enough to stagger Steele for a 3 count? Cover here applied. And Tony P says this match will continue. Hell of a singles bout to kick off the second half of the Thanksgiving Throwdown 2024.
Wait, hold on. I got to tell Bob. This guy's over here calling it Thursday Night Throwdown the entire time. He is.
Maybe once or twice.
He's 17 rounds. He's calling for your job. He wants you.
You know what? Just pull a couple strands out of my payday this envelope, all right? The broken, uncooked pasta you pay me.
That's a shoot. I put in broken angel hair pasta in his envelope.
Angel hair of all kinds.
I wasn't gonna eat it.
What an asshole.
Ravioli guy. Imagine if I put ravioli in your envelope.
That's just bad business, T.
What in the world are they setting up for? Marchand, almost piggyback style. Is it a power slam? He'll break him in half with a power slam.
What the hell he's thinking here? John Steele with a very high enziguri right to the brainstem. And that springboard style comes right into play.
Oh my goodness, I thought he might have had him because if you notice, the stomach area, the ribs came crashing down on Marchand's face, driving him into the mat. That could have been concussion city and he could have been out for the count.
John Steele got a whole lot of vertical with that cross body, and I think he might have taken a whole lot out of Nick Marchand.
John Steele feeling himself, as the kids say, and he's measuring Marchand for something here.
Marchand's got him up on his shoulders. Big driver, will it be enough?
Oh,
no.
Man. That was 2.9999 and possibly a 7 following.
I don't think you can get much closer than that, T.
Certainly
Phoenix.
Certainly not.
You know, both in the world of decimal and in the world of recimal, that, my friends, is a close call indeed. But you got to wonder, at what point is one of these men going to break?
Over here making up words.
I do that. I'm a wordsmith. I furnish things. I drink and I know things.
Marchand bringing the knee pad down now, measuring him. Goodness, the height on that pop-up powerbomb.
I mean, that was intense right there. Holy Christ! He broke his neck!
That'll be it. Whoa, John Steele picking up the W.
Emphatic and fantastic win by John Steele. Very well done. I mean, just holy crap, though. We gotta have our medical staff take a look at Marchand. That was a vicious landing. Former Ocean State champion John Steele looking tough, looking strong, looking like someone that nobody wants to contend against, and for good reason. 2025.
Hold on. What is going on here? Lust and Steele exchanging glances here. I don't know if it looks like maybe Lust is being peacemaker.
You know, Stephen Lust having to be the voice of reason over the past couple of weeks for a lot of our athletes in the back. I'm not quite sure what he's going for here. I feel as though he's calling for some mutual respect to be shared between these two.
What do you say, John Steele? Shake his hand? Look at that. You gotta love it. But Rossi, that could be you and I, but you're a jerk. Steal my wardrobe, pick on me, make fun of me.
I love you, but I don't respect you.
That's what it boils down to.
It's a weird paradigm to be in.
But this crowd sure as hell loves and respects John Steele coming out victorious here at Thanksgiving Throwdown. And I got a little surprise for you. I'm taking off, but I got a friend that's gonna come spend some time with you.
Well, what is this with this rotisserie partner bullshit? Come on. Well, folks, I'm going to try to keep the energy up as best as I can. T. Phoenix, he's probably going to raid the snack bar. Oh, wait a minute, you got to be kidding me. Oh, Coach! Hey!
Pump to beer, Bobby Rossi. What a match we just witnessed.
That was, and John Steele just continues to pull more and more weapons out of the arsenal, and the future looks bright for him. It really does.
Stacked card we've had so far. Bobby Rossi, we're not even done yet.
No, we're not. We are approaching the very end of the Thanksgiving Throwdown, but no, we've got a lot more action on tap, and I'm thrilled to have you back in full pump.
I'm not as cool as T. Phoenix.
No, you're not.
No.